everyone, and welcome back to the Sacred Mastery of Self channel, or Mastery of the Sacred Self, for all things that you wish to know and to master about yourself and to build a better relationship with who you are and what you're here to do. What is your divine purpose? What do you feel divinely guided to become? Today, because of how the planets are transiting right now, we have Uranus square Mars, so it creates a lot of conflict with our relationships. So I felt very called to do this pick a card reading for all of those that are experiencing conflict right now, or whenever you watch this, to build a better relationship with those that you have in your life, and also with the divine self, the divine being that you are. So here we have pile 1, here we have pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, and pile 5. I'll see you down below, and if you wish to have a personal reading from me, the link should be down there. If you wish to donate to the channel, the link should also be down below. And hit the like or subscribe button if you want to see this channel grow and if you want to be a part of our connected community here. Take care, and I'll see you at your timestamp. Thank you. Alright, pile 1, let's get started. So I'm actually going to be using the moon cards first to see what is exactly going on in your relationships right now. So let's get started. So we have tree, we have dog, and we also have mountain and coffin. Okay. Yeah, so I feel for many of you, this is a lesson of as above, so below. Spirit, I feel like, is trying to draw you into yourself to have this great awakening process so you can start putting to death all of the things that no longer keep you grounded, no longer keep you rooted. And these can be patterns or behaviors that you've experienced with other people over and over again, right? Just in different ways with different faces, but yet it's like the same type of relationship or the same type of problem that keeps springing up in all these in all of these different people that you meet. I feel like there's some sort of loyalty that you have towards a value or a belief system, or even a negative, toxic behavioral pattern that really doesn't deserve your loyalty anymore. I feel like you're being uprooted so you can be grounded into better soil, like you're going to be placed into a better place. That way you don't have to continue to feel all of this hurt or this pain or this trauma with each relationship that you step into. Especially with this coffin here, I feel like this is a very good sign that this is being put to rest and put to bed right now. And I feel very compelled to tell you that Spirit is really helping to de-weed your emotional garden, your mental garden, your physical garden. They're really trying to get rid of all of the weeds, all of the people that have toxicated your soil for so long. And when we are loyal to things that are negative, especially when it comes to behavioral patterns, like, you know, always feeling like you're the one that should be helping, or always feeling like nothing you ever do is good enough, or feeling undeserving, or even jealousy. I feel like some of you are even having a best friend that you either admire their life and almost want to covet it, or vice versa. Somebody's really admiring you and wants your type of life, and the thing is, they don't know what you've had to do in order to get here, just as much as you may not know what this person has done in order to get where they are today. And when we become involved with people that we admire, that's fine. You know, it's like, I admire your power, I admire your responsibility, I admire how you uphold yourself in front of an audience. All of those things are great qualities to admire. There's just a fine line between admiring and being inspired by it, where almost hating yourself because you yourself don't have it. And I also want you to know too that if you see these qualities in other people, you too can embody these traits. It's not just for this one person to have. You know, if you really feel like this is something that you want to, Spirit is saying you can have that. It just takes time. It just takes courage. And you'll have to figure it out in your own way, in your own time, in your own life. Like, it's not just for, I mean, a lot of the times it's not very cut or dry, you know. It's not very, you know, hot or cold. It's not black or white. With some of these things, you'll have to learn different lessons in order to get those traits, those attributes that you desire. And if you admire it in someone else, I mean, I just want to comfort you and say, yeah, it's within you too, and that you also deserve this. You deserve every part of what is sacred in your life to be divinely guided to you. Using the help of divinity, they will help you extrapolate all the things that no longer needs to be in your being, that needs to be remembered in your DNA, and things that no longer need to be within your family patterns, right? Family behaviors. I'm also hearing behavioral health. So for many of you, this is about inquiring about your mental health status and how to appropriately change these patterns in a non-toxic way. Like, instead of, you know, like there's like, especially at the beginning, you will usually, it's like, oh man, you know, I can't trust others, like I can't trust myself. And then the other side of the coin is like trusting everybody and trusting yourself to the entirety, to where you get into situations that feel uncomfortable and that could even be unsafe. Like, I feel like Spirit is trying to balance that between the two. It's like, yeah, it's okay to trust people. I don't have to distrust everybody, but certain people need to make their way into my circle through, you know, many years of trust, and not just giving it away to anybody that comes along who thinks that, you know, that they're deserving of it. It's to be earned and to be respected. You're to be respected. And you need to even build that relationship with yourself, that you trust yourself enough that you know that you would never put yourself into harm's way, or to put yourself back into these toxic patterns of being with toxic people in toxic environments. There's a little bit of both going on, and I think that's where the fine line, the balance will come between you building this relationship with yourself and with Spirit. And the more you do that, the more that you're actually going to have higher benefits with people that walk in and out of your life, and be able to withstand whatever trauma, whatever pain is inquired from these relationships. So the next cards that we are going to look at is going to be tarot, like how to handle these relationships moving forward. So we have the Eight of Cups, we have the Hero of Swords, and we have the Two of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I feel like with this card, it is some form of like jealousy, or a toxic pattern of choosing friends that are jealous of you, or even choosing partners that are jealous of you and what you have. And I'm also hearing the words of what you can and can't handle. I feel like many of you are in need of like comfort right now, or reprieve, or repose. Like, many of you are, yeah, sitting beside yourself, waiting for someone to come and comfort you. Waiting for somebody to show up to bring you that type of love that you want within yourself, that you hold within this space of being who you are. Spirit is saying you can have somebody that is that lovely, but without making a better relationship with yourself. If this person, place, or thing ever left you, you know, what would you do after that? Who would you be after that? What would you become? It's almost like a constant worry, a constant push and pull of like, I can trust, I can't, you know, I can do, but not like that, you know, like there's almost this back and forth energy that I'm feeling here. And Spirit is saying that you are safe, you are blessed, you don't need to worry anymore. You can have all of your creature comforts, that's fine, but they want to build a strong core within you. That way, if anyone ever does try to take what you have, that feeling of somebody going to take what you have built for yourself, or what you have built or made in a relationship, or even items of what you own, what you've bought, what you buy. Spirit wants to make it so that these things don't affect you if they leave, or if they're gone, or if they, you know, die one day. They want you to be strong within your core, and that's why you're going through this lesson right now. They want you to have an unshakable core moving forward, because if you don't have that through all of the trials of life and have a good relationship with yourself, everything else will fall away and you'll feel like there is nothing. And they're saying there's always something. As long as you're with us, as long as we're doing this together, you always have the ability to be something, to have something. You're never without anything that you need, ever. Especially with, so these two cards I pulled for how to build a better relationship within yourself. And we have guide, a guide, mentor, a trustworthy ally. I feel like they do want to send you people that are trustworthy, that are divinely guided, but they don't want that to be the only thing. And we have Atlantis, rapid development, excellence, and success. For some of you, you experienced a trigger alert, sorry. For some of you, you experienced a traumatic event that happened to you when you were 18 or 19, possibly even 20 years old. And as the years went on, it was like this this ability to deform yourself and to rebuild on. Okay, so when this traumatic event happened to you at a young age, it basically rewrote your programming with trauma. That's why having relationships can be rather difficult for you. It could also be personal relationships, like, you know, with your boss or with your friends, with your loved ones, with your lover. And because it kept building up over the years on this shaky foundation, that when you have issues or trouble with somebody, or you have all these issues come up for yourself, it is rather difficult to feel safe, to feel like you don't have to hide who you are anymore, because you're scared of what people will think about who you really are, not just what you can give to them, not just what you can represent to the world as a facade or a mask, or, you know, the different roles that you have to play, that many of us have to play in order to get through life. I think the divine is going to step in and really give you a secret to life here soon. I feel like these relationships have been a reflection of self, of how to heal yourself even more, and how to develop a stronger center inside of you. These things will no longer hurt you anymore. We just have to get past the hard part of healing, the hard part of taking responsibility, the hard part of accountability for even letting some of these toxic people into our lives. And even when it comes to family, you know, it's hard to be like, well, I was born in this family, so, you know, how did I let these people in? I mean, if you feel unsafe around family members, I mean, it's probably a good sign to not be talking with them, to not be living with them. And we're all in so many different situations right now. I can't really tell you what the right or wrong answer to do. You have to figure it out for yourself in the way of forming boundaries. And if people pass those boundaries, you know, or if then you know that that person's not meant for you, you know, or if you're always the one putting up blockades and not letting people in, you know, why is that? Do you really need to always protect everything so close to your heart that you can't let anything in? That's why the whole give and take, the push and pull, there needs to be that underlying center of I'm going to be okay no matter what happens. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to be collected. I'm going to be grounded. I'm going to be rooted in who I am, and nothing, nobody, nowhere can ever shape me into who or what they want me to become, because I know myself. Nobody could ever touch me in that way again. I had a therapist once tell me when I was working for her that you know, these people, they can never touch your light. They never could. And that was like a mantra that I repeated for a long time. And it is actually rather helpful to think in terms like that. Like, you know, you have your light and nobody can ever touch that. Nobody ever could. It's not possible. So, Pile One, I hope this brought you some healing, some warmth, some feeling of safety, some direction of where you want to go and how to help this relationship that you're working with and trying to heal from, and helping the relationship with self, because that honestly is so important in this life. I feel like Spirit really wants me to read out of the book, so I think I will for at least one of these. I feel like the guide part, especially, like, call upon your guides to really help you during this time. I feel like it's a little chaotic. So guide, we have, when working with spirit guides, we have noticed you are often encouraged by your spiritual teachers to hand over your trust and your own guidance system to these invisible gurus. In some cases, this can be worthwhile. In others, the very best guides are those who create strength within you and who never seek to overtake your own willpower and your own mindset. We are encouraging you to ask questions, observe, and to examine the suggestions and the insights they offer you. There are quality guides, and there are ones who may not be a good frequency match for you. And we mermaids have seen too often people become overwhelmed and drowned by their capacity to give their complete trust away. Even we must sometimes check in and discuss with others, for we so often trust more willingly than is wise. So, yeah, it's like if you have this unshakable core, you have nothing to worry about, because like I was saying, you know and trust yourself enough that you are divinely guided and protected. Like, nothing can ever hurt you in that way again. And with the next one, we have Atlantis. Let's see. I'm not going to read the full thing, you guys, because it takes, they're like 3 pages long. So I'm just reading the first couple sentences to just give you that confirmation about if this message was meant for you or not. We are at a golden moment in time. So much is changing so quickly. Humans are awakening. The planet at the moment of having a time that is at once peaceful and exciting, dynamic and comforting. It can be a time of greatness in your life, but you will need courage, and the desire for power over must be shifted to the power to. The more you know you are connected to the divine, that you are the divine itself, the more you will behave in ways that are divine. When you lose that connection and that belief, when you view yourself as merely impermanent, meaningless players on a stage, temporary witnesses, then the golden time can vanish. Keep the vision alive. It is time to strike the balance between selfishness and the actualized self who is operating out of love, not hubris. Yeah, so that really fit well into your messages. I will see you guys next time on the channel, and I hope this message brought you some guidance, some love, some clarity, and everything that you need on your journey back home to Source. So take care, everyone. Thanks. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. We're going to start off today by drawing these, I think they're called Lenormand, Claire de Lune Lenormand cards. And what these cards are going to represent is, okay, I believe, what's going on in your relationships right now? What's going on in your relationships right now? What's going on in pile two's relationships right now? Okay. What's going on in pile two's relationships right now? So I feel like for many of you, you're in your late 20s, early 30s. I think you guys are still, oh wow. Yeah, okay. So we have, yeah, I was kind of feeling that. I feel like for some of you, you're waiting to cut the head off of your snake. I feel like for a lot of you, you could be dealing with a woman, or you are a woman dealing with a man. That was kind of the specific message I was getting intuitively. It's like you're waiting for this man to call, and he may be toxic or manipulative or controlling towards you, but you want to stay and love him anyways. You feel like he has the key to your heart, or he possibly could even have the key to your home, like your physical home. For many of you, you want this character to have the key to your soul, right? Like you feel like he knows you in other ways that other people don't. I feel like you guys might have a home together. I feel like you guys have like a place that you share, or secrets that you keep with each other that you don't tell anyone else. I just heard the words, keep them close, but your enemy is closer. Like I feel like Spirit, it's almost trying to divinely step in to really give you better clarity on this character, on this person. Can you tell me more about the snake, Spirit? Why is the snake here? I feel like you guys need to cut the head off the snake though. Like I feel like this person could even be poisoning like the deepest parts of your soul, the stuff that is sacred, and it needs to be brought down or brought to a temporary hold or brought to justice, because it's really causing a lot of issues or problems in your life, and it's actually starting to affect your life's purpose, and it's starting to flow over into other areas that it's almost yeah, and we have the man on the bottom of the deck, guys. So yeah, this is definitely a man. It's starting to flow over into other areas of your life, causing conflict, causing unresolved. And it's like when you're with this person, you feel so great and you feel so loving and you feel like it's such a divine connection. But when it's like all the other areas of your life are becoming destroyed though because of it. And I hear them saying they don't want to have to keep rebuilding you every time something breaks down with a lover or with this type of connection, this type of person, this type of living situation even. I feel like for many of you, okay, so there's two different messages. For many of you, this person is coming back from the past, right? This person that you're talking to now is from the past. And for some of you, they've broken your heart, they've hurt you multiple times, and you're giving them another chance, another chance, another chance. For others of you, you just met this person. And I feel like Spirit is saying, give it a little bit more time to develop before making the decision of yes or no. Either you don't know the full extent of this type of manipulation or control or those types of behavioral patterns because they haven't been revealed yet. You might not know the full extent of the truth, pile 2. For others of you though, I mean, I just heard the cry of a woman saying, this is breaking my heart. So for others of you, this person has revealed who they are, where they're at right now, what they can actually offer, and they have nothing more that they can give you. So it's up to you, the viewer, to decide if this person is going to be a good relationship for you, or a good, is going to help you bring more material wealth, more mental clarity, more devotion, more being devout to God, the creator, whatever you want to call them. If that person brings out those enhanced qualities within you, you know, but they have these extra things that you feel like are harmful or painful to you, are you willing to meet them where they are and just continue in this cycle, this relationship? Or do you want to walk away and go back to safer shores or to calmer waters? I feel like you're the one that has to make the choice. I feel like Spirit is really leaving it up to you, because this could determine the next, 25 plus years of your life, So we have the High Priestess. The tarot cards are going to represent, I believe, how to handle the situation, right? So using your subconscious mind, using your best judgment, and judgment's in reverse right here. Then we have the Empress, and she's like looking off. I feel like Spirit is saying, wait just a moment. Before you start making commitments or plans for the future, I feel like you guys really need to look for what you want in your future. And if this type of person doesn't align with that future, with what you want to co-create with the divine, then you may need to think about other options. Especially because your judgment right now could be clouded, because like when people fall in love, there's a huge release of oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin, and the brain goes a little bit crazy for the first year. So before you start making permanent plans or start letting this person cross your boundaries or into your inner circle, I would take a divine look within to determine if, are you even ready? Are you mentally ready? Are you physically willing to give over your body? Are you emotionally ready to open up? What toxic patterns have kept you in horrible loops in the past that you had to you've had to bring down yourself, or Spirit has brought down for you? Because if any of those patterns still exist within you or within this other person, it could cause the same vicious cycle to occur again. And Spirit does not want that for you. I feel like they are so protective over you and your energy and who you give it to and who you communicate with and who you talk to. And what you even do on a day-to-day level, on a day-to-day basis, that they're trying to help you master this. They're trying to really help you to listen to your intuition more, to bring more clarity, more guidance, and they want it to come from within. They don't always want to be reliant on something else or someone else or some other energy or some other place to give you that type of clarity or guidance. They want you to go within and to really start asking yourself the hard questions. For self-love, how to build a better relationship with yourself, we have transparency, honest, authentic, genuine, and present. Really beautiful card. And wave of power, a surge of power, upswing in energy, exhilarating movement. Yeah, I mean, even just with these two cards, you get the feeling of having a stronger relationship with yourself and with Spirit, and really going within yourself to figure out the answers, but also with transparency. Yeah, getting open and honest with yourself about what you want, why you want it, why you're here, what you want to do with this relationship. Especially for this one, I feel like she's like in between crying, but also like finding hope within herself to like move forward and to really create a better life within her, so she doesn't always have to feel this type of suffering every time. This type of suffering with every relationship that she gets into. So we have, for the message for the first one, transparency, it's time to be very honest as you can be. It is hard to do this because we tell ourselves so many stories about who we are, and we have covered up so much of ourselves with layers of protection. And now it is the pearl of truth that is needed. If we have come to you, we are asking you to very simply and very clearly tell the truth about what you feel, about what you want, about what you may not know. If you do not even know how you feel, say so. We are asking, the powers of the waters are asking for you to be there, clearly to be seen. Let us see you, we say, for there is so much about you, so much that is beautiful and in so many ways attractive, but we cannot see who you are. Wow. It is time to rise to the truth within you, to join with this truth, and to live from this truth for a time. It is not always an easy thing to be simple, clear, and true, but this is what you are learning to do right now. And what we can see, what is beginning to appear before us, is good and precious and worth looking at deeply. That fits the message entirely. Beautiful confirmation right there. We have wave of power. There are times we, as you say, go with the flow. There are times when we drift and allow the Great Mother to direct us. And there are times when we paddle hard, using all of our strength and ride along with the strength of a great ocean wave, merging with its power and might, being carried forward. When we catch these waves of power, we feel so inspired, so alive, so thoroughly exhilarated and triumphant that we feel we can do and be anything. This is when we begin to work with the power and use our own potential as well as the force of the wave. And when we do this, we can travel vast distances, maintain balance, scream with sheer joy at life, and know we can set a direction that is in harmony with the great source of natural energy. So I'm only going to read that much. I hope this reading brought you some clarity and guidance, and something to take with you as you move forward in these relationships that are coming forward in your life. And I will see you guys next time on the channel. Thank you so much for showing up today and showing up for yourself. Take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading today. We're going to start off with this Lenormand cards today. Claire de Lune Lenormand. This is going to show what is going on in your relationships right now. Yeah, key. What's going on in their relationships right now for pile 3. Alright. I feel like this should be in reverse. Okay. So, I feel like there's a man coming forward who wants to be given the key to your heart. I feel like you're wondering if it's safe, you know, keep it hidden, keep it safe is like the type of person I feel like you guys are. You don't give away your heart easily, and when you do, you feel like it's destroyed you in the past. And you don't want it to be this way moving forward. Yeah, in the past, even an upside down man head, yeah, for sure. There's some guy that broke your heart, and now there's a new guy coming in to fruition. Oh man, this guy like stole your heart. But now this guy is like asking for it. He's like, where is it? Where's the thing that you stored away so clearly, so conveniently, because you didn't want it to be corrupted anymore. You didn't want to keep giving yourself away to people that weren't deserving of you anymore. Yeah, I feel like this man in the past really put you through the ringer, and you said no more. Like it was like a done deal. You know, you're like, no more hurt, no more pain, no more letting people in. And you know what? If you're not ready, that's okay, you know, like that. The whole point of having these keys that are connected to our hearts that we give away, whether it be physically or metaphorically, I mean, they really, yeah. I still feel like you're still determining, is this safe? Is it safe for me to anchor my love into this new person? Is it safe for me to give them a piece of my innocence? Because this other person took it away. And you gave it to them so freely, so willingly, and it really screwed you over. Pile 3, you really weren't expecting there to be this devastating disaster afterwards, and having to really pick up the pieces of what was left behind. And many of you are scared, like you don't want to do it again. And if this isn't a person that you've met recently, just wait. You're about to meet a person that is going to come in and say all the right things, do all the right things, deliver all the right things to you. And you're going to have to determine, like, you know, can you hope for a better future? Can you get away from the past? Do you always have to be in this energy of feeling hurt or feeling helpless or feeling like someone's going to harm you? I heard the words, he mentally and emotionally took something away from me. And you know, people, the thing is, when we start taking responsibility for, or accountability for letting these people in and letting them hurt us, even when it's not fair. You know, Spirit delivered a message to me a couple months ago that said life isn't fair, but it's just. It is just, because you survived, Pile 3. You made this work for you, and yeah, you feel like you haven't been a whole person since, but they're trying to show you how to become a whole person now, how to be connected with yourself in another way outside of yourself now. I feel like they are saying that it is safe, it is okay to, when you're ready, give away the key to your heart, but only to those that are deserving. Just don't deny or discredit this new person coming in, because what if this man is safe? You know, what if they are the one who is divinely connected to you and wants to help you and see you through all of the trials of life and to build a life with you together? For some reason, they're saying it's not always meant to be kept warm and kept safe. You're not always meant to be hidden. Sometimes you only need that to weather a storm, but when the storm passes, what do you have left to offer? What do you have left to give? If you're always hiding yourself away, that's not really much for people to be able to build a life off of. There's a difference between being secure and being too self-sacrificial, where you're always giving away everything that you've had, everything that you've earned, everything that you've learned. Weird message coming through. Some of you should be really selling your knowledge. You do have a lot of good background in a couple different avenues and endeavors, and I feel like Spirit is saying if you are looking for a security, like if you don't want to rely on somebody else financially, there are things within you that you could use to make you more money right now, so you don't have to feel so financially dependent upon somebody. And that if that's what will make you feel safe or safer to let go of your heart, Spirit is willing to work with you on that and to build something more solid, more stable, more secure for yourself, so you don't have to keep feeling threatened when people are presenting gifts to you. You know, if people are asking you, hey, do you want to be roommates? And you're like, no, I had this really bad experience back in 1988 when this guy, you know, did whatever, you know, and it's like, but they delivered to you what you needed then right now, and you were not yet at the point in your healing journey to take it. And I feel like they're really saying, like, they want you to be at that point. They want you to feel safe enough that you know who to give your heart to and who not to, who to trust and who not to trust. It just takes time. It just takes time, Pile 3. I really do feel that for you, though. So how to handle the relationship? We have 2 of Swords. Yeah, she's like looking off in dread. Yeah, a new birth, a new beginning, putting this stuff to rest. It's time. It's definitely time, Pile 3. The Hierophant, listening to your higher guidance, listening to your higher self. You know, if you want this family with somebody, How much are they willing to earn that trust from you? But don't, you don't have to make them work so hard that they feel the task to be daunting of even trying to love you. Like, you don't have to make it so difficult. It's okay to let go. It's okay to be who you are, but it's okay to heal the parts that we feel have rotted, have been uprooted, that there is no nutrition in the soil any longer. It can't support life. I feel like the lesson here is really learning how to support your life before this family can come in, before this partner can come in. I feel like this is like a new death experience for you guys. So we have, especially with freedom and experiments. So with freedom, we have independence and self-determination. I feel like many of you are trying to be more financially independent and really trying to get on your own 2 feet before you let somebody come in to offer you anything that would resemble somebody trying to take care of you. We have experiments, manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, and arrogance. Yeah, I feel like this is like a foreboding energy of you're scared of a lot of different people coming in and taking advantage of you or hurting you. And I feel like what I'm kind of actually getting from this experimentation card, honestly, isn't necessarily, I feel like you're moving out of that energy of manipulation or not trusting others. Even when they're giving you help, I feel like you're moving out of that energy and moving into this freedom, independence, self-determination, this fearless energy, right? But I feel like with this freedom, I feel like if many of you are thinking about starting a business or doing courses, start experimenting. Start looking at different things that you would like to build, create, or to give to the masses, give to the people. The type of knowledge that you want to dispense, the type of wisdom that you've acquired over the years and what you've learned and what you have had to unlearn. I feel like that is really going to give you a leg up, even better social understanding, a better relationship with yourself. I really think if you had a good career or a solid money stream coming in, you would feel a lot more confident in this energy versus looking at the world of like, where's mine, or why not me, or why is everything, taken from me, or why does it take so long for me to heal, where other people, it's like, they got in and out of a relationship so quickly. It's not your journey, that's somebody else's journey, and I think you guys know that. I feel like you guys are more involved with yourself and really being on your journey. I feel like you guys really are more focusing on yourself, and like that's beautiful. It just takes some time, and I feel like some self-reflection on what you're good at and why you want to do it. And really, if you're looking for like what the next steps or the next chapter is, like you're like, I really came to this reading for information, I think that's why the experiment card is here, because it's like Spirit is saying just try out a couple things. If you miss acting from when you're a kid, join an acting group. Or if you were into music, take a music class. You got to start doing something, those small things, to really feel what resonates in your soul of who you are now. Because that old person is dying if it's not already dead. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope this reading brought you some clarity and guidance and really a lot of self-help along your journey of how to handle these relationships moving forward, especially with the relationship to self. I think that was like the underlying importance. Oh, never mind, you guys. I was just kidding. I'm going to read a little bit out of the book because maybe it'll give you a little bit better confirmation. So we have, we are concerned. We are concerned that you are seeing the errors of pride, hubris, arrogance repeating themselves in this time. We are concerned that the terrible experiments that occurred in Atlantis, where Lumerians were modified against their will, are being repeated. We are concerned. We see you taking the cells of one form and attaching them to another, sticking life forms without choice to each other, breeding forms you think will be useful, introducing species into environments, mutating and twisting, and ultimately hurting creatures and yourself in this planet. Power and enslavement are these experiments on animals, on sea creatures who are hunted on people to change their shape, to look as though they do not age, to enlarge a part of the body and to carve away another. What it is you are doing, why we call on you now to understand your own beauty and the perfection of all that is in nature. Stop the cruelty, ask yourself, look around, empathize. Or will you do it again? Will you change the very nature of the world because you thought your arrogant quest was noble? So, yeah, I mean, so if you take a little bits of pieces of that, right? It's like pretty much saying the same thing that I was telling you. It's like, are you really going to let those tormented pieces of the past keep remodeling your future structure every time you meet somebody or every time you think this is safe and it's not? And I feel like with like the body modification that they're talking about, it was more fixating on that you're in control of your life and life is not in control of you. It's not the other way around. So for freedom, we have, sometimes in life we identify and define ourselves by the groups or associations we belong to. Somewhere along the way, our unique energy can be muffled. With this card, we mermaids are asking you to consider who you are when you are not a member of a family or a relationship or an organization. It is time to be self-determined rather than considering the needs of the group, which is noble and wonderful and oh so good. We are asking you to be independent, to have at last your own source of money. Just a small account will do where you place money for your dreams. To have a sense of who you are, whether in or without a loving relationship. To know who you are and what it is you love and like and wish for and dream of and desire for the world, apart from the desires of the family or group. Because this group mind has at this time dominated, however gently, your own independence and self-determination. So take some time. Detach from the group. Watch, observe. Go within and feel, and begin to know what it is you wish for, and begin to contribute those dreams to the group. So I think that really sums it up well. I hope you guys got some good clarity and confirmation from that, and I'll see you next time on the channel. Take care. Bye, you guys. Hi, number 4, and welcome to your reading. We're going to start by the Claire de Lune Lenormand cards. They're going to express to us how what's going on in your relationship right now, your relationships. So we have mice. Okay. Have mice. Yeah, so mice usually symbolize in this deck manipulation. Somebody taking something that they did not earn, did not belong to them, that they viewed as indispensable or replaceable. For some of you, you're determining if you even want to have these people in your life or not. Like, I feel like the mother bear like came out and it's like, you know, don't touch me, don't disrespect me like that. Like, I'm not replaceable, I'm irreplaceable. Kind of like that song from Beyonce. Kind of is what it reminds me of. We have birds. Yeah, like, people are talking about this. Maybe you're sad or afraid. Like, there's some type of emotion, like a negative attached emotion to how something played out with somebody else. The thing is, what other people don't see, like, they may be talking about how you could have handled this situation better or been better to this person or treated them more kindly, or they could have done the same to you and treated you more kindly. The thing is, you needed this to happen to build a better commitment to yourself. Because without this situation happening, you would not have built a better community, better friendships, better lovers, better connection to who you are, who you want to be. So without this memory of this thing happening, of bottling, like, I think Spirit is trying to say, let go a little bit. You don't have to bottleneck the situation and keep replaying and rehashtagging it over and over in your head again, expecting different results, because it already happened. It's already in the past. It's already done, dealt with. You did the best you could with what you had right then, and you were defending yourself because you knew that you deserved better, you know? And if that's how people want to see you or want to treat you or feel about you, you know, let them. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I hear Spirit saying, fuck them. You know, like, if that's how they want to feel about you, you don't have to change how people feel about you. It just matters how you feel about yourself, because ultimately, at the end of the day, yeah, I feel like you're sailing to better waters, exploring greater heights, and being on a higher ship, a higher playing field, a higher level. I feel like this was actually very good for you, very self-involved, very grounding, and honestly, don't take it back. You know, like, I'm hearing too, your knowledge is being used against you. Some people might be forming like rings around you, or trying to encapsulate you in this type of energy, and you need to let it go in order for it to release. Like, let them be in their shit, let them steam in it, let them figure that out, what that means to them, whatever message you delivered, or whatever, you showed up at a party, you presented yourself in a certain way, and this person didn't like you. I mean, you know, like, let them, you know, like, that's okay that they don't like you. It's just a lot of the times a reflection of what's in ourselves that still needs to be healed. You didn't cause any type of damage, and if you feel like you did, I just want to say, Spirit's here to say, we're sorry you feel that way. We did not mean for that to happen. Like, we didn't want you to feel this type of hurt or pain from this situation, but it's over now. I feel like this situation, it's done deal. And it's okay to move forward without these people, places, or things that were causing these problems, right? I feel like you guys are a very strong person, very wild person is what I'm hearing. You guys are very, like, wild and free, and for most of you, some of you are very stringent and task orientated, but I feel like you guys are, because you know how you know how to work people, like, in a good way, in a healthy way, you know, and using that knowledge to work this situation to your advantage is what is going to bring you into a higher acclaim with others, especially in several months to come, is what I'm hearing. This is how to handle the situation with these people. Yeah, don't become devoid of hope. Don't let them see you when you're down. Don't let them see you cry about it. Like, if you need to be that emotional being about it, or if you were emotional in front of this audience, you know, really focus on how you feel about yourself. And if you feel like you did the right thing, or you think you did the right thing, and you just need a little bit of, like, self-soothing or self-comforting, like, that's okay. Let it be. Let it be. Let it, let your emotional control go sometimes, and just really tap into your emotions and what they have to say. Like, I almost am feeling like I'm on an ocean wave, like, back and forth, like, but, like, on a boat, like, in a calming storm. That's weird. We have boat and shipwreck here. This is not done. Honestly, I feel like with the shipwreck, it's like you guys are remaking the mast. You know, it may have blown over in the storm. You know, the ship may have turned upside down, but a new one's being built. A new reformation is being formed. A reformed boat. For you to be able to leave. For you to be able to go out and have your adventures, and not just keep face with these people or not, be able to express who you are. Like, that time is almost done. And for those of you that did express who you are, don't feel guilty about it. You're learning just like everybody else, and you're going to use that knowledge moving forward in your life, and it's going to benefit you doing this. Like, it's a good thing. We have dreams, vivid dreaming, dream messages, and dream teaching. Yeah, I was kind of getting a feeling of like some type of teacher here. Some type of like you teaching a course or an online guidebook of some sort. Falling in love, kissing the divine in another, in yourself. Like, I feel this event that occurred is really going to benefit you more than hinder. It may feel like it's hindering right now, but it taught you and a lot of other people a lot of things. Yema, grandmother, ocean, primordial. Yeah. Yep. See, both of these are being held. It's like you need to be, and she's even holding herself too. It's like you guys want to feel like held right now, like held together, like with the choice that you made was the right one. And I heard the words, no, you didn't make the right choice, but honestly, it's like letting it play out to its fullest, like letting the situation play out to the full momentum that it is. And it's honestly, though, the situation, even if it was wrong or no, it didn't, like, no, you didn't make the right choice, it served a good purpose because it taught you something you needed to learn. It taught other people what they needed to learn. It really brought out the best in people by bringing out the worst, and it was necessary. And there's nothing to apologize. It's fine. So I am hearing some of you may need to apologize with this person and really make it work with them. But even if you didn't make the right decision or right call, this lesson is still playing out the way that it would have. Somebody was going to get hurt. Somebody had to go through this. And you know what? And for some of you, it's like better safe than sorry. Some of you didn't speak up when you should have, and that's how we learn, is by acting, by doing, by being. So this was good for all involved. Even if you don't see it now, down the road when you look back at this after you've sailed away out of this situation, you're going to see how it affects everything else moving forward. Let's read some confirmation stuff out of the book. We have, let's see, 34. We wish to share with you the knowledge of the old ones, the Orisha. Yema is often depicted as a mermaid, a vast primordial mermaid with a star shining from her head, a mermaid of power who gives birth to the world. Through her, we remember mermaid energy is not simply light, flirtatious, and sexual. Mermaid energy symbolizes the birth of the world through water. Even though we mermaids' power and energy has been appropriated and diminished until you think we are merely creatures of delight and sensuality. Yema's power and recognition is growing and beginning to ignite all of us. She is the beam of light, reminding us of our great age, our strength, and the many, many lessons we have learned, and how we bring so much birth to the world. So yeah, just reading that, you can tell it's like you're coming into your own personal power, right? Falling in love. There may be no closure moment of connection, of utter merging with the divine, than the experience we have called falling in love. I feel like I'm supposed to read the reversal, you guys. So I'm gonna kind of like switch back and forth, okay? We allow ourselves to be overwhelmed and we surrender to bliss, but also to the possibility of pain, of betrayal, of disappointment, and disillusionment. The reverse says, feeling frozen, numb, too hurt to ever risk what we call love again. Knowing there are deep feelings beneath this pain, but attempting to keep them very much under wraps and choosing to allow only a certain level of intimacy in your life. Feeling fear, aggression, and disbelief in relation to love. Feelings of cynicism, rage, hurt, and bewilderment at what people mean by the word love. Heartbreak has taken its toll. Feeling it is only a world full of hurt. Allowing yourself to observe love and being too cautious to open up and expose your tender heart. Fear of hurt consuming the desire to be with another and to taste the divine. Possible opting out of new relationships or keeping them tightly controlled, or withdrawing your love from a relationship and only going through the motions. A fear of rejection for simply being yourself, and a fear that you are not worthy of love, or that others are incapable of loving, unworthy of trust, and that the notion of love itself is a falsehood. Yeah, I feel like that should have been a reversal. That reading kind of made more sense with this type of energy that I'm feeling. Then we have dreams. What do we mermaids dream of? Like you, sometimes our dreams are more vivid than our waking life, and within them there is a great deal of freedom, exploration, symbolism, and messages. At sometimes our dreams are our spirits calling out to us, wishing us to take heed of what the soul is speaking of, and asking us to live in a more mystic realm, where we have time alone, where we can create and dream into life our self-expression, where we are very, very clearly being given messages from the realm of the subconscious, the flowing, the watery, the underworld deep of our very heart selves. Mermaids cannot always reach you when you are on land. You may not be at the beach, and many people are not dreamy enough to be reached. They are hard-focused and hardwired into their right brain. Sorry, guys. Into their right brain. When you cannot be reached through the song of the waters, you will be reached by the waves of the sleeping brain. And in them you will be told what it is you need to let go of, what it is that fascinates and drives you, and what it is you yearn and hunger for. Dreams are another life, and our sleeping life is as profound a reality as our waking life. It is mysterious and deeply moving and influential, but many people have given no time and no thought to what their soul is describing to them, teaching them, and experiencing with them each evening. So, yeah, I mean, for many of you, it could be that you guys want to sail to better waters, so you can go after your dreams, you can have what you want, and you don't have to be so displaced or despondent with these people, this old energy that, you're trying to transmute and transform and to really let go and move on. So I hope that brought you some clarity and some guidance. I will see you next time on the channel, and take care, you guys. Bye. Hi, Pile 5, and welcome to your reading. We're going to read the Claire de Lune Lenormand cards today to really get, what's it called? These are going to represent what is going on in your relationships right now. We have clouds, which could mean some type of sadness or some unclarity, some clouded, something being clouded within your mind about this person, place, or thing. Let me see. The sun. Tell me about pile 5s. Oh, okay. Okay, so I feel like with this person, either you or them deal with some type of depression in your life. I feel either you or them. I also feel like this could be a parent to child dynamic as well. Could be the both of you that deal with depression and really have a hard time finding joy. This could also be just a regular family dynamic as well, because we have the tree card here, which represents roots, family tree, going back home. Weird side message. I feel like some of you are going to go back home and see your family here soon, and maybe that's kind of giving you either some joy or some depression. I'm feeling like that's actually leaning on more joy. I feel like this person mainly deals with the depression. And they haven't worked out how to be not so manipulative, not so drawing out their emotions to the point that it's almost crippling, because they can't be as honest with themselves as they wish they could be about who they are and what they've done and why they ended up where they are today. I feel like the more joy you're gonna have is breaking away from this loyalty of this person, of, you know, putting them on a pedestal or thinking like they must know best, you know, and I know nothing. Because sometimes we get in those relationship dynamics with our parents, especially, where it's like, well, they were right and I'm wrong, and it's hard for the child to begin to make choices because they feel like every choice that they've ever made is wrong, you know? And it actually affects us a lot more in our waking adult life than we realize. Yeah, I do feel like this is a parent dynamic. I really do. I really do. Yeah, and we have the house here. Yeah, dude, this is definitely, I feel like a parent-to-child dynamic of them. Oh, wow. Some of you are very angry about this. Like, I mean, it's like shooting anger, shooting fire is what I just felt in my heart chakra. Somebody's misrepresenting you wrong. They're almost like portraying you as this type of like helpless person. I feel like they've been lying about you and telling other people all of these lies. I feel like they are spreading bad news about you. I feel like saying terrible things, saying horrible things, things that are not even true, things that other people may or may not believe. Actually, I feel like a lot of people believe these lies. Wow. There's a lot of hurt and pain and suffering coming from this relationship. Like a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of negative battles, a lot of things that were not supposed to happen happened. I feel like this, I was going to say woman, so it could be a woman, is crazy. And I don't think a lot of people see into the depths of their soul and really acknowledge who you are, and really that you're not that person, or you're not what they said that you are. For some of you, this could be the father, what the father has to say about you, but I think majority of you, it's mother all the way, clear as day to me, to and through. Yeah, I feel like you really want to walk away from this connection, and I honestly don't blame you. This is like very hurt, and I'm going to use the word tormenting. I don't want it to seem so dark and deep. I feel like this is really a dark reading, you guys. But I mean, you know, it's a part of life. Like, life has this deep, dark depths to it, and sometimes it can feel like inescapable. And I'm also hearing like inexcusable what they say about me, what he or she said to me or about me behind my back or in front of my face. Like, it's not fair, it's not right, it's inexcusable. They had no right to disarm me like that, or to hurt me like that, or to punish me like that. Especially if I'm X amount years old and I've already been through so many different things and lived so many different ways in my life. Like, who are you to abuse me any longer? I feel like this is like borderline abuse, if not, you know, a cycle of abuse that keeps showing up in your life. It's really sad. I'm so sorry, Pile 5. So, how to handle this relationship? We have the Lovers, which in old tarot readings, it means choices, right? So a choice to love, a choice to hate, especially with justice here. It's like you want to bring fairness and justice to the situation, but I don't know if that's what's being called. We have the 7 of Coins. I feel like working on your self-development, and really pulling through all of this. I feel like even stepping down or stepping away from the relationship, they're saying, would do more harm than hindrance. So what do you want this person to do about all this then, Spirit? To love themselves and to love others more. To treat others more fairly and more justly. I feel like this is like one of those Jesus situations where it's like, you know, somebody hits you, then you turn the other cheek. Especially with her staring blankly like that, it's like, you no longer affect me anymore. There's no resistance, there's no power play, there's nothing that I can do or say to change your mind about me, and I don't really care if you do change your mind about me. I've let that go. I let all of this shit go. Yeah, I feel like the roses may not be red. Like, I feel like, you know, dead flowers kind of thing. It's like you brought a gift and they let it die, and it, you know, some of you, it like bloomed for a while, but then it like corroded and turned into a bunch of a dead mess again. Like, you brought a gift of beauty, of desirability, of accountability, of love to this person's life, and they're just not ready to see you for who you are yet. You know, maybe one day, but I feel like you're staying more in the Seven of Coins energy. Like, keep working, keep doing what you need to do in order to get away from this person, or to, you know, step away in a way that, you know, you don't necessarily stop talking to them, but you don't deal with them on a day-to-day basis, or on a monthly basis, or even on an emotional basis. Like, you can't stand this person being in your life any longer, and it's almost like hurting you to the point of like, I feel like there's a lot of emotional crying and a lot of emotional abuse going on, and it's so harmful and hurtful to the mind. Like, that's just, I don't know. Going off of this card, and we're going into like how to heal and love yourself more. We have endurance, keep going. Yeah, so keep working hard. Like, screw what this person says about you. Keep doing what you need to, pile 5, because that person, they're in their own torment, and they are learning how to triumph in them own selves, you know. Like, it's soul cage. Wow. Rescue, escape, captivity, and restriction. Yeah, I feel like you need to step away from this person. Even if you still talk to them, like, you know, with endurance, definitely not being around them, you know. And we have conchomancy, seashell divination, wisdom of shells. Alright, let's read from the book. I think I'm going to read this one first. I'm quite curious. 32. Yeah, it's almost like you guys need to like step away from the situation, but like, you guys may not stop talking to this person altogether, but it's like you almost want to. Let's read. I'm going to read the reverse because I feel like this should be in reversed. Please know that although it is simple to purchase many sea animal and shell parts online or even at markets, to do so is to increase the trade in such goods. If a shell has been mistreated in this way, which I think you're the mistreated shell, right? Its occupant killed and discarded, we can help to heal the shell and to send our love. So Spirit is saying, like, they're going to send love to you. They're going to send you like a time for healing, you know? When you choose ethically sourced shells or products of any kind, you increase the flow of love and good fortune in your life. Too many creatures are sacrificed for humans. Yeah, I feel like you guys spent a lot of time sacrificing yourself to this person. Like I said, it's only paid out with them spreading lies or cheating on you, or, you know, just telling mistruths about you, right? That's what I'm feeling, ultimately. When collecting, always be sure that there is no creature still alive in a shell. They are very adept at hiding. Never take too much, only take a little. So, fairly take and fairly give. So always return something to the sea in return for what you have been given. So yeah, so this, see it as a good lesson to learn how to walk away with people with dignity and with pride, and to show some self-respect by not arguing with this person or going after them of your own accord, or going out to hurt people. You know, I feel like this is a very good lesson for you guys, for all of us, really. Everybody needs that type of energy and repose. So in the legends, so this is a soul cage card. In the legends of the Marrows, we mermaids of Ireland's wild and lovely west coast, there is a dark underside the soul cages. These are underwater prisons where men are held between the world, prisoners of the jealous merrowmen. Under the waves, the merrowmen entrap the princes of earth in cages of kelp and coral, the soul cages of legends, in which the prince lies suspended between life and death. But for every man kidnapped and thrown into the soul cage, there is a merrowman who will free him from this antediluvian, dungeon, swim him to the surface and start his heart once more with kisses that are part song and part spell. When the breath of marrow and man unites, the prince returns alive once again, forever changed. Yeah, so even dealing with this person, you guys, I feel like they imprisoned you, they made you feel entrapped, lost, like you didn't, made you question who you are, didn't really help to build you up into any type of person that you ever thought or wanted to be. And I feel like with this healing card over here, it's like it's time to let yourself be free. Let this energy, die with them, because they're the one that has this problem of keeping things prisoner, keeping things trapped. So the soul card comes to you when you are living a half life, oh my god, or when someone you know is doing so, which I feel like this person is too. That's why they're giving it to so many other people, dishing it out, because they don't know how to heal within themselves, right? The soul cage is the one that keeps you from extending your reach, keeps you in a comfort zone that may seem to reduce potential dangers and harms to you, but at the end means you have lived neither fully alive nor fully awake. You have chosen suspension and compromise, and the Marrows are here with this card to awaken you to the prison and to ask you if you are ready to swim free and be reunited with your passions and purpose. There will be dangers and adventures and moments that hurt, but free of the soul cage, there will be bliss, exploration, discovery, and laughter. Yeah, definitely free yourself all day long from this energy. It's like you don't have to hate them, but you definitely don't have to be there, When a long journey begins or when a quest is undertaken, be it a pilgrimage or an ambition or a desire or a dream that you wish to create in this earth world you live in, human one, there is the excitement at the beginning. The unknown still lies before you, and it is a thrill every moment to take another step forward. But at some stage, just as we tire, you too tire. The terrain can become unfamiliar, issues arise, challenges greet you, and at this point, too many of you feel that this is not meant for you. For you have told yourself that if it is truly meant to be, it will be, simply it will flow, and it will be, well, easy. We are here to share that for all creatures, and in both the seen and unseen worlds, there are parts of the great journey that require our stamina, our courage, our endurance, our ability to commit, and to stay with the task and dream and promise until we have made it. Do not enter into agreements lightly. Enter into them, if at all, wholeheartedly. And be prepared to develop your strength, tenacity, and your courage and your honor along the way. Without what you describe as a challenge, there will be no growth. If you work through and into and with the challenges, you will emerge stronger and more able to realize the next dream. Flee at the first sign of difficulty, and you will be what we call a shore hugger, one who never goes deep, one who only goes to the places they know. There may be nothing wrong with this, but if this card has come to you, you have sent out the request to the great ocean mother to go on this great journey to take on a mission. And the time has come for you to build up your endurance. Commit, practice, train. Beautiful. So, yeah, guys, you just need to focus on yourself and really stay out of this energy with this person. I personally, it sounds like walking away, if you can, would be the best example possible, because this person doesn't deserve your time, effort, or energy. Like, you are so close to a new beginning and restarting your life over, and I feel like this is just a hindrance and like an annoyance and a distraction at this point. So I hope this reading brought you some clarity and guidance, and I love you guys so much, and please, please make responsible decisions moving forward, and do it from a place of wisdom, from the best, wisest part of your highest self. You're honoring yourself by doing this. So I'll see you guys next time on this channel. Thank you. Take care. Bye.